morning and welcome to College Days. Today is March 5th, 2004. My name is Laurie Kennedy.
And I'm Aaron Blomberg. Please stay tuned for these commercials.
The rest of this broadcast will be presented commercial-free, thanks to our sponsors, your Dino-led Student Senate. Aaron, what's our top story?
The curtain rained down on Disney boss Michael Eisner late yesterday. After a tension-packed day of shareholder revolt and a marathon board meeting, the company decided to sack him as their chairperson. He still remains their CEO. 43% of the stockholders who cast vote on Disney's directors at the company's annual meeting withheld their support from Eisner. Ex-Time Warner boss Steve Case was forced to step down as chairman of the media giant after shareholders withheld just 22% of their votes last year. The decision came in the wake of an unprecedented vote of no confidence from Disney's furious shareholders.
3 American Muslims accused of using paintball games to train for holy war were found guilty of conspiracy charges on Thursday. Prosecutors said the 3 were part of a Virginian jihad network that underwent paramilitary training in 2000 and 2001 in hopes of joining up with the Taliban. After the September 11, 2001 attacks, the group allegedly focused efforts on defending the former Afghan regime. Masad Khan, 34, of Gaithersburg, Maryland, was convicted of the most serious charges, including conspiracy to levy war against the United States and conspiracy to contribute services to the Taliban.
Sarah, what forms of precipitation can we expect to have falling on us?
Today's weather is brought to you by Wonderground.com, the Weather Underground, your national weather, and now to the regional weather. Here we see some of the green stuff, but due to the presence of high school students, we're not going to talk about that. For your 5-day forecast, although questions still loom in the air, it seems to be clear with scattered clouds. An important factor to note is that the moon is waxing gibbous. So what do you guys think about gibbous?
Thank you, Sarah. And now on to Bob with our sports report.
Thank you. A College Bowl in South Carolina. $700,000 has been proposed for South Carolina to host a College Bowl game. The Palmetto Bowl. Catch your name, huh? Next football season. State leaders are not happy with the decision and the question if it should pass. The bowl would be held at the Citadel featuring the Atlantic Coast Conference along with the Conference USA team. In men's college basketball, St. Joseph's finished an excellent season at 27-0. They joined the ranks of the only NCAA men's basketball teams to do so. Speaking of college basketball, the Gamecocks lost another SEC conference game to Kentucky. Kentucky led most of the way and ran away with an easy 84-65 win. Not the greatest time for a loss for the Gamecocks, as voting for the NCAA tournament is next week. The loss puts Carolina on the bubble. Turning to CIU sports, the Americas versus the World has been postponed. Don't worry. A new date is set sometime in April. Stay tuned for more info or be looking at the signs posted on the various doors on campus. And last night, the seniors lost the close games to the grads, 48-42. In the girls' game, Diesel Fever won 16-14. Let's take a look at some of the action. We got Mark Brand at the top of the key. Dishes out to Andrew Snyder from downtown for three, and you can count it. Drew Harrington makes his free throw, and it's good. And the Grads pull away 50-44. And in girls basketball, Jenna Lawson to the hole, all to herself. You can count it. Give her the bucket. Grace Marie up top with the right-hand dish to Lauren Metzler. Off to Anna Hart. The pick is set. Back to Grace Marie. And give her two.
That's good stuff. Back to you, Lori.
Thanks, Bob. As you can see by the footage captured via a hidden camera, a high-profile grudge match has broken out between a couple of this year's MCs. We sent Grace Marie out to do an intervention, an attempt to restore unity to campus in this week's Under the Surface. Good morning, Grace Marie.
Thanks, Laurie.
What's going on over there?
We're here now at an undisclosed location with Christy, Joey, and Mark.
What's the atmosphere like?
Well, as you can see, things are a little tense in the room. I've had to separate them, but we're hoping in this interview we finally get to the bottom of things and take care of some hurt emotions and all. So, Christy, you're the bottom line of the operation. You're running Columbia 2004. You held together World Christian Week. I mean, it's all about you, really. Which one do you feel most comfortable with, and how do you feel about the change?
I would say that I feel most comfortable with Joey. So I think as a result, I feel really good about the change.
Really?
Mark, we had an okay time, and it was good, but he just wasn't quite grasping everything the speaker was talking about. He couldn't summarize well. I think Joey's a little bit more competent. Will be able to relate to the students more. Overall, I feel really good about the change.
Okay. So, Mark, how does this rejection make you feel?
Personally, Grace Marie, I don't think that...
Stop.
Personally, Grace Marie, I don't think Joey is competent to do this job. I think he's a putz. His initials are JRK, which sounds like jerk to me. I have charisma. I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to do this job my whole life, at least for the last 2 years that I've been here.
Right.
I'm ready to do this job, and he's not ready. He's not taking it seriously. The boy wears capris.
Wow.
He doesn't know what he's doing. And it's ticking me off personally because I don't think Christy knows what she's talking about.
Well, I can tell there's a lot of tense emotions, a lot of hurt, pain in the room, but I want to hear from Joey. Joey, you see what's going on, and you see the hurt, the pain. Do you feel you're able to fill Mark's spot, his position?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be able to rise above it. Look at the boy. He's got blue socks on, blue shorts that don't match it, that hair. And look at me. I got spooky hops. I can do a backflip. I can run fast. Ask Christy. I'm pretty strong, too. I think I can do this. He couldn't
Whatever,
do anything.
man.
He couldn't do anything over conference.
Guys?
World Christian.
Oh my goodness. Hey, guys, let me get back to you about how the conference turns out.
Grace Marie, are you okay?
Wow, that got a little intense. Hopefully there's going to be some help on the way.
I'm sorry, people. We seem to be having technical difficulties. Thanks, Grace Marie, and we look forward to seeing you back in here soon.
Hey, no problem, Laurie. Thanks a lot, and back to you.
Aaron, what's happening in the local news?
Lori, gasoline prices are expected to soar this weekend in South Carolina. The average price of unleaded self-serve is $1.87 or $1.57. Prices are expected to go as high as $1.80 and not seeing them drop any time before the summer driving time. Last year's rates began as the war in Iraq started.
In Entertainment Edge, Student Union is hosting a night out with the Columbia Inferno hockey team this Saturday. Pick up your tickets in the cafeteria. Bleach will be performing their last concert ever, March 19th, at Jeremiah's house. Evoca and Number One Gun will also be playing. See Nate Whitmore for details. Formal open dorms are coming. The fun starts with the guys' videos at 7 p.m. in Hoke, and the girls' open dorms following.
Jeremy has the morning off, so sitting in for him this morning is Laura Wallenhoft, the chief editor for CIU's student publication, The White Napkin. Lauren, what do you have for us today?
Here at CIU, we are unified under the banner to know him and to make him known. As Dr. Murray says, missions is at the heart of God. In fact, the Great Commission mandate is why most of us are here. However, in his book, How Now Shall We Live, Chuck Colson reminds us of a second mandate, the Great Commission, the Great Creation mandate. God gave man the authority in Genesis 1:28 and 9:3 to rule the earth and subdue it.
The difference between the two mandates is that one involves making disciples and the other one involves making babies. One involves actively engaging the culture by teaching, preaching, and baptizing, and the other involves actively engaging the culture by living in it, understanding it, and subduing it under the rule of Christ. In one sense, these mandates seem like complete opposites. In another sense, they go hand in hand. Right now, we are learning how to make disciples, but let's not forget that we are also called to subdue the earth. This might mean influencing people in the secular workplace, understanding politics and taking a well-informed Christian view, or how about raising a family in America in a society where two-parent families are rapidly vanishing and two daddies are okay? As Christians, let's not allow the world to rule us. Aaron, Lori?
Thank you, Laura. Before we close this newscast, I want to remind those of you who are planning on graduating, you need to go ahead and fill this flyer out and have it back to the registration office by March 19th. You can find it outside the registrar's office.
It has been our pleasure to bring you another quality newscast. Please stay tuned in for future broadcasts. So why does Jeremy get the night off?
I don't know. Slacker is what it is.
Jeez.
Uh,
Punch him. Punch him.